Hey guys, it's Nadine and Jill, and today we're going to be talking to you how to use the new interview questionnaire. As you know, we have recently changed how we interview to focus on hiring for culture and training for skill. So what we did is we revised the interview sheet to really take out questions that would be pointed towards candidates with previous commission or sales experience and focus more on who they are as a person and their life experiences. Now, obviously, this isn't a traditional way of interviewing, so some of you may say, well, I'm not really sure how to use this sheet or ask these questions, transition. So today we're going to show you how to do that. We're not going to go through a whole 30-minute interview, but we are just going to go through how to read the questions, make them sound real and lively, and transition from question to question. If you do want further help on what makes a good answer or a bad answer or interviewing in general, you can always reach out to me. But today we are going to show how we are focusing our interview sheets to encompass our core values, which are humble, radical, relentless, and passionate. So I'm going to go through with Jill here how to transition through the questions. This is not a specific map that you need to follow and read these questions in order. You can certainly read them in any order that you want. Word them in your own personal style. I don't want it to sound like you're reading off of a script. And again, if you're still on the fence afterwards, feel free to be different and walk them around the showroom. You don't have to stay behind the desk the whole time to get a feel if they would be the right fit for your team. So again, this isn't going to be what's a right answer, what's a wrong answer, so we're not going to have Jill answering each question. It's just more so how to use the sheet, make it sound real, and flow question through question. So again, if you have any additional thoughts or questions, you can always reach out to me, but we're going to go through the demo right now. Jill, thank you so much for coming in today. It's really great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Great. So I'm excited to talk to you today a little bit about you and how you would be a fit in our team here. The questions that we might ask today may be a little bit unconventional because we are really trying to get an idea if you would fit into our Ashley culture, which is really important to us today. So answer honestly, answer openly, and I look forward to having a great discussion with you.
All right.
So the first thing I want to talk to you today is about our team environment. So obviously on a sales floor, you do spend a lot of time with your coworkers, and working independently is important, but working as a team and working well with your teammates is something that's very important to us. Can you tell me why you would think it's important to work in a team environment?
Well, I think.
Okay, thank you for that answer. Now, I noticed that on your resume you don't have a lot of commission-based sales experience like we do here. So is there any aspect of the selling process that you're particularly unfamiliar with or think that you would need some training on?
Well, there is.
Okay. We can definitely work with you on that. You know, our goal is to obviously put you through training and work with you on the floor to make sure that you have all the tools that you need to be successful. So I appreciate your transparency there. Now, obviously, as a leader, I'm going to try to do everything I can to give you what you need to be successful. I'll be there to answer any questions, but I also want to help develop you to make you the best version of yourself. So if you were hired, what is one area, either personally or professionally, it doesn't have to be work related, that you would want to see an area of growth from that I could help you as your coach?
I think that would be.
Okay, that's a good point. Now, a lot of times things aren't as easy as they seem when we go through this job, so there's gonna be challenges. So I'd like to talk about a time that maybe you have had a challenge in your life, whether it's personal or professional again, that you had to overcome something. And how did you handle that challenge, and what was the result when you were done with it?
I think that time was.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned, this is a very fast-paced environment, so you always have to, juggle multiple things at once. Things aren't very constant when you're dealing with people and on the sales floor. So how would you adapt to a constantly changing environment? How does that work for you?
Well, I think that.
Okay. Now, obviously we all have something that we bring to the table that would be a strength or something that we think would be an asset to the team. So what would you say is your unique skill or one great aspect that you would bring to the team that would make you successful on the sales floor and make the guests love you?
I think I would bring.
Okay. Now, obviously, we're a very goal-driven environment. We do, focus on KPIs and budgets and things of that sort. So, goals are very important to us here. So, what would you say some of the goals have been in either your professional or personal life again that may have been difficult for you to achieve, but you overcame them? So, what goals did you have to follow, and how did you meet those goals?
So some of the goals,
Okay. What would you say in general is your greatest accomplishment in life? And that could be work or non-work again.
my greatest accomplishment,
It's a great accomplishment. That's something you should be very proud about. Rejection and objections. That's something that comes very often in our world. So how would you say you as a person can handle rejection or objections? And what are some methods that you do to be able to handle and overcome those objections?
well, I think,
Okay. So this is more about you as a person, but I'd like to, get to know your why. And what I mean by that is, why do you wake up in the morning? What are you passionate about? What fuels you to come into work every day and want to be in a job where you have unlimited income and the ability to change your life? What would motivate you to do that every day?
well, I think some of my motivations would be,
Okay, those are very good motivations, and I think that those will really help you be successful here. Obviously, you've never worked in furniture before, so there is going to be some learning. And obviously, in order to be the best salesperson that you could be, you're going to have to know the product that you're selling. So, how do you go about familiarizing yourself with products that either you sell, or if you've never sold before, familiarize yourself with something that you're really passionate about?
I think I would.
Okay. So I'm going to stop at this point and talk to you a little bit about day-to-day on the floor, what that looks like, what your expectations would be from a KPI standpoint, and what typically makes people successful. So Jill, now that I went over everything with you about the job and you've learned a little bit more about us at Ashley, why are you interested in the role, and why do you think you would be a great fit to join our team?
Well, I think I would be a great fit because,
Well, thank you so much, Jill. I really appreciate you taking your time today and sitting through the interview questions with us. We're going to take a little time to talk it over, and we'll be in touch with you shortly. Your recruiter will give you a call. Thank you so much.
all right, thank you so much.
Okay, great. So guys, this will just give you an idea of how to flow question to question. Obviously, use your own spin on it, but what you can see is that we've really tailored the questions towards getting to know the individual and making sure that they would be a fit within our group. If you're still on the fence, get up, take them around the showroom, do something unconventional to kind of get an idea of if they would be, a fit. And then as always, if they're not professional, dressed in sweatpants and sneakers and all that fun stuff, we would obviously take that into consideration as well. But hopefully you won't get a lot of those. So again, if you have any questions about the sheet, the questions, or interviewing in general, always reach out to me and give me a call. But hopefully this was helpful, and we'll hopefully get some good hires very soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.